Hello and welcome everyone. Steve here with TradeForexForProfit.com. Today is Wednesday, June 15th, 2016, and we're looking at the swish in on the 4-hour time frame. I'm getting a late start to recording this video as I entered the market following this break check pattern with the bearish engulfing signal that formed right here about 10 or 11 candles ago, and I actually thought that I recorded this. I'm looking back trying to find it and I can't. So I either deleted it inadvertently or I have never actually completed the recording. So there's a couple of things that I really want to talk about that you might not have heard me talk about recently or perhaps at all if you're not in the member section. So I just kind of wanted to point out a few things for those of you that follow us closely. You can hopefully learn something about these levels from what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so first and foremost, okay, here's the bounce, all right, and here's the breakout. As you know, we wait for a breakout to form. The breakout candle has to do two things. I'm sorry, let me say that again. There's two possibilities of what can happen after the breakout candle, and that is we can continue moving or we can just roll back over and move to the upside. All right, with that being said, that distinguishes sharply which pattern we're trading, which in turn governs the target. Okay, so here's what I mean by that. Let me explain. Here's the breakout candle's close. With respect to this candle's close, how far does it really move before it checks this level? Well, this really didn't move far. It just kind of rolled over just a little bit and then checks this level. All right, now, therefore, this is a break check, which means we don't target this low right here. We go back to this level, the prior level, prior bounce that we can find for a logical 2 times profit target. Now, had this candle, with respect to this candle, had the market moved to the downside more and moved away from this level and then began its ascent back to retest this, it would be a break retest. And at that point, the bounce low right here, where before it turned over, would be the 2 times profit target. Okay, so that's what distinguishes the retest or the check pattern, the break check or the break retest. It's going to be how far the market moves from the breakout candle, and then that will determine whether we target this low, the bounce low if it's a retest, or the prior level if it's a check. Or if there's no prior level, we just take 2 times profit. Now, with that being said, that's the first item of interest. The second item of interest is, let me move this out of the way so you can see. Okay, typically we like the first candle that hits a level to either A, be part of the signal, okay, or be taken out by the actual signal which follows. Okay, what I mean by that is the candle that hits the level should be part of the signal, which means the next candle could engulf this one, or the first candle that hits the level should be the spike candle, and this does neither. Okay, so what can still happen? Well, what can still happen is another candle can break the high, take the stops, and form the signal. And that's what happens right here. Okay, we take out the high of this becomes the signal and it's valid. This was not a spike candle. Let me show you why. We'll put the Fibonacci tool to it here. There's the 25%. I don't know if you can see that. Move it over. Here's the 25% line right here. Okay, you see how this closes outside of the 25%? For a valid spike, we want it to be within the 25% in the direction we're going to move. And it's not, it's outside. Now, sometimes I'll take that. Those of you that are members understand that I will sometimes or quite often take that spike candle if it takes out a level. However, in this case, when it closes higher, okay, it was just another bullish candle, I don't like that. So I prefer to wait for the next candle to confirm with an engulfing, which is what happened. Okay, the market pulls back rather quickly, and this was not right up there on the top of my watch list after this candle hit. Therefore, I was doing other things, and sometimes that happens. You'll either miss a trade or you'll get a better entry, and it all kind of evens out in the wash. In this case, I got the better entry. However, the target is still right here. Although you see my 2 times profit target way up here, that does not in any way reflect where the target could be. Okay, if you took this straight away, you would have had a target down here. Okay, let me see if that's, yeah, you could have taken this candle, this entry, just on a couple of pips pullback, and whoops, yeah, well, you get the point. If it would have just pulled back a few pips, you could have taken that right away. and targeted the actual target that we are governed by. Okay, so two items of interest. I hope that helps with levels. It's how far the market moves after the breakout candle, which is going to determine which pattern it is, the retest or the check, and that dictates where the 2 times profit target is taken. And this is especially interesting because I want to point out one more thing. Okay, when this candle forms a wick, sometimes what you'll see, okay, let's just pretend that this did not happen, this high was not breached. You'll see like another engulfing signal right here. Okay, that's no good. All right, if this candle is not part of the engulfing or the spike itself, we have to see this level taken out, which is what happens with another candle that's part of the new signal. So this candle and then an engulfing that never breaks the high is not valid. I see a lot of people try to take that trade and it just doesn't have a real high probability of success. Okay, so make sure that that candle with the signal that follows takes out the high in this case. If you want to flip this over and trade to the upside, of course it would need to take out the low. Okay, welcome back everyone. Our 2 times profit target was triggered as the market pushes right down through that level, as well as this level of support right here that we said would have been your 2 times profit target had you entered the market straight away following this signal. Now, here's what I want to point out. The reason we take our profit off the table at this level is because the market doesn't always do this. All right, it doesn't always continue on down through to what this would be 3, 4, 5 to 6 times profit. Okay. Oftentimes it turns right here and pushes right back up. So if you trail your stop, you're going to have an issue of being stopped out at break even when you could have otherwise taken 2 times profit. There's a plethora of reasons why we trade the way that we do, because the market responds to these levels. As you can see here, what's happened now, I let this run its course. You can see that even though we bounce, we move back to this breakout level, right? Okay, so here's what happens next. This is the breakout. This is the break back inside. So now, and by the way, a spike candle can be a break candle. Okay, we teach you that in the members area. Come over to tradeforexforprofit.com, click the link below, check us out. Now, what we're watching for next is this level to be checked. Okay, to check and see if we can hold this level or if it's going to break back out to the downside. So if we get a signal here to go long and this level is checked, I'm going to trade to the next level, which is right here, back to where we started. Okay, so as you can see, although we are moving in a sinusoidal fashion, it progressively either continues on down or continues on up, but it moves with respect to the signals and the levels that we have pointed out here and that we've defined with a very strict set of rules. So it's really that simple. Okay, so come over, check us out, tradeforexforprofit.com, and I hope to see you in the members area soon.